In this video, we're going to take a look at the MySQL lifecycle in cPanel. So we'll create or migrate a database, we'll add and delete columns, we'll do a manual backup and restore, and then auto backups with cron jobs. So log into cPanel, and then from the Tools directory, go to Manage My Databases, enter a name for your database, and click Create. You should get a success message and then go back. Then scroll down and add a new user by entering a username, a password, and click Create. Again, after the success message, go back. Then scroll down to add a user to the database, select the user and the database, and click Add. Now we need to select the privileges the user has. For a web app, you generally only want CRUD operations, which is create, so insert, then read, select. For update is update, and delete is delete. And then click Make Changes. You should get a success message. Now you can create tables manually, but if it is a production database, you should use migration files to ensure the process can quickly be replicated in future. So from the tools, go to phpMyAdmin. On the left, navigate to your database, then click Import. In this scenario, we are going to import our migration.sql file. All our create table commands are in one file, so now we just need to upload it and just keep the default settings and click Import. You should get a success message. And now if you look at your database structure, you will see all your tables. Remember that any modification of the tables also needs to be added to your migration commands. Let us take a look at the current users table first. Select it and then click on Structure. We can see the current fields. Open the cPanel and write your command. Here we are adding a last login column. Then click Go. And you should get a success message. And if we check the table, you can see the column has been added. I am manually adding a sample user for demo purposes. However, you need to make sure that any hashing, for example for your password, is consistent with your app logic. So then click Go. And now if we check, we see the sample user is added. Here we are deleting a column, but note that all data will be lost. It is best to back up before making critical changes. And we can see the column is now deleted. And just as a reminder, don't forget to add any changes that you made to your tables to your migration files. So now we're going to look at backing up and restoring manually. So first, for a manual backup, from Tools, go to Files and click on Backup. From the Partial Backup section, click on the database that you want to back up. It should download automatically. Now we will do a test restore to a different database. Go back to Manage My Databases, then create another database to test the restore. Now from phpMyAdmin again, make sure your empty database is selected and then click Import. Then select the backup file that we just downloaded. Uncheck the Enable Foreign Key Checks, as it will try to create the tables in alphabetical order, which will break. Then import, and you should see that your tables and content have been copied into the new database. Now we will automate the backups. For automating the backups, we will need root access with WHM. First of all, we need to create a folder for the backups. So go to File Manager, click Add Folder, and then give it a name and create. Then log into WHM as root, then open a terminal. We need root access to give the user the correct permissions to copy the database. Bash MySQL and enter. We want to create a special user for only automated backups. Make sure you use a secure password, then enter. Now we will grant the user access to the database with privileges needed for backing up. Here we grant them the access. And now we refresh the server with the new privileges. Now let us add credentials file for our backup admin. If you can't find the new file, try reloading and click on Settings to show hidden files. Add the username and password here, then save the changes and close. Now from the cPanel terminal, run this in the terminal to restrict access for the user. To test our user is set up properly, we run this in the terminal to make a copy of our database. And now we check our backup directory. We can see that our command worked correctly. So now we will automate with cron jobs. So from the tools in the advanced section, click on cron jobs. In the common settings drop-down, you can choose the timing. Here we selected once a day. Now we paste a cron job, then click add. You should see it show up below in the list, and we will come back tomorrow and check it ran correctly. So this cron job runs once a day and adds the date to the name. Then after it, it will also delete any backups that are older than 7 days, so our storage doesn't get too full. A few weeks later, if you like, you can set it to 2 minutes to test, then return to daily. And here is our backup folder with our recent backups. So what's next? So it is recommended to store your backups at a different location, at which point you should encrypt your files. And if you are running any critical services, you will want a disaster recovery plan and should do test restores on a monthly basis. So enjoy learning to migrate and back up your database, and like this video if it helped, and subscribe for more dev tutorials. Drop your questions in the comments, and thanks for watching.